Hey everybody, what's up? Tim here with this week's SCE. Hope wherever you are doing phenomenal and crushing it. Thanks so much for watching. Title for today's shoot is Be Prepared for Anything. So one of the most important things you and I can do in life, when we're going after goals, when we're setting new landmarks that we want to hit, when we're pursuing our dreams, is to be prepared for anything. That means any obstacle, any adversity, any challenge. And not only should we prepare for it, but we should actually expect it to come up. And there's an interesting story I came across called the wet sock test, and it actually comes out of one of the special forces communities. And what they found was there was a really rigorous physical run hike that these candidates had to go through and they had to complete. It was like 20 miles long. And a lot of times folks who are going after these kinds of positions come with tremendous athletic backgrounds. They're great in triathlons, they're great in running, they're great in swimming, and they just really thrive. And they would crush this first event when the conditions were perfect and when everything was ideal. But the instructor would say something interesting to them. He said, now let's see how you do with wet socks. And he would make these candidates go over to the local pond, jump in and become completely soaked. And then they'd go through the whole evolution again. This time, their socks and their clothing were wet and not dry. And what happened was, wet socks are uncomfortable, they can create blisters, they can scrunch up, they produce all kinds of difficulties. All kinds of adversities come from wet socks. And they found a lot of these folks who are top-level athletes performed when things went really well, but they couldn't handle the discomfort, they couldn't handle the challenges of the unexpected and the adversities. So what you and I need to do is we need to train as if every single day is going to be an adversity. We need to prepare as if things aren't going to go our way, as if they're not going to go smoothly, as if one obstacle and one challenge after another are going to come up, because they do. But when you prepare as if you have adversity to face, when you prepare as if you're going to be uncomfortable, when you prepare as if things are going to be difficult, then you're able to overcome those. And not only are you able to overcome those, but that when things do go your way, and you don't have to struggle and conditions are in your favor, you're going to be even more successful on top of that. So can you pass the wet sock test? Can you thrive in adversity? Can you take adversity and actually turn it around and use it to your advantage? Can you actually take adversity and use it as leverage to drop the competition, to become better, to soar higher? Or are you somebody who can only compete and only succeed in ideal circumstances, in which case you are very limited? So how do you get better at thriving in adversity? You expose yourself to more and more challenges. You actually seek out adversity and you practice. You practice coming up with contingency plans and putting plan B in place if plan A doesn't work, or maybe dropping back to plan D. And as you practice that skill, you are going to become better at it. And the better you and I are at overcoming the unexpected, overcoming adversity, overcoming the challenges that we didn't anticipate, the easier they're going to be to conquer, and then the easier we are going to succeed when things do go our way, which they eventually will. So this is Tim with today's SCE, challenging you to pass the wet sock test. Train and prepare for adversity so that when it strikes, you're on top of it and it's not on top of you. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.